Hello there. Hello, hello, hello. So, I believe everything is working as intended. Let's try to do something different and have a flawless start to the stream. Yes, indeed. So, this is a new setup, and I have worked extensively to make this, work properly. So, we have different screens. So, we have Become Live Overlay. Well, I'm using Bongo Cat for now, because don't have a proper webcam. And, as a proper gamer bedroom is, it's kind of messy, I have a very neat and organized desktop. Every files in my computer is properly organized, and yet in IRL my life is a chaos. But it is what it is. On brand for gamers, yes indeed. We are talking about new things, right? So you have Become, which I'm not gonna use. Standard overlay, I may or may not use. But I think we all prefer minimal overlay, because minimalists having big screen things. I don't know. In standard overlay, we can actually see everything, While minimal overlay, we have our chat and bongo cat and things hiding the inspector, But that's cool about this. It's that if I want to explain things, I can just jump to the standard overlay and talk about stuff on the inspector and tile palette if needed. But for the most part, we can be on big screen. Because, I personally prefer that. Yes, now we have this little thing in here, and for those who have paid attention of, my interactions in chat about this little creature, I pretty much hate it. I have muted the sounds on OBS and still can hear this hated creature. The eggplant indeed. That's an eggplant panda. Goddamn this creature. But you might like it, you might not like it. It's, a UGS thing. But yes, I really hate this creature. It's making noises, it's writing crap on our chat. Well, stay quiet, please, If he's like that, not making noises, good boy. But we all know it's going to do bad things while we are streaming. Good for interactions. I know. Having any. There you go. Shut up. Shut up, please. God damn it. And Kenobi, come on. You are feeding the creature. Ah, god damn it. And to make things worse, I have kind of thing to say, To make our reference pretty good, we are UGS like our reference. And I don't like sand, It's coarse, rough, irritating, and gets everywhere. And there's a reason for that. I got sunburn. So yes, I have been in pain for the last 2 days, because I've been in sandy places. So yes, that's kinda in a pain. God damn my neighbor's dog. You too? I guess this is not a flawless start to the stream. Well, it's on brand. But anyway, either if we have a flawless or a flawed start to the stream, the work must go on. And you know, today we are going to work. Let me just check our title. Crafting Droian's Horrifying Realm. Well, the realm, it's going to be platforms. It's kinda what I have planned for today, you know? Because we have talked about before, Zizi. I was going to complain about this bot being sleepy on our stream. That's very rude, you know? If you are going to watch a show or something, at least be awake, you know? But anyway, we today are going to work on platforms. And before we start, let's just open our useful music, you know, because heavy music on stream is more interesting. There you go. I don't know if the volumes are good or not. The chat will promptly tell me if that's the case or not. I think it got lower. I don't know, it's got the new setup, you know, so maybe it's louder, maybe it's not, I don't know. Because, you know, new setup. But anyway, music is on. Let's just see if... No, I mean your voice. I'm pretty sure mic is at max. So the microphone is full on max, this 0.0 dB, and I'm pretty scared to clip it, you know, because red stuff. I mean, it's really close to my mouth, so I can make it more close to it, you know. If I do it, you start to, you know, hear the typical puff, you know. Now kiss it. I'm not that weirdo. This is not an ASMR stream. We kinda want to stay away from that, you know. Even though those are very popular, you know. I don't believe there is a very huge public on stream to hear my deep voice, you know. Well, maybe just lower the music instead. Well, I can do that. Something like this. I don't know if it's about our OBS settings or not. I have noticed that on my colleagues as well. Our UGS team streams on OBS with pretty much the same setup, and it tends to be lower than normal, you know, because every content needs to have the audio balanced, and you know, our streams and content tends to be with a lower volume than usual. I don't know if it's my setup, it's whatever it is, but there you go. Dude, imagine if you did ASMR with your beard though, like rubbing it on the microphone. Let's, you know, think of the future. Only platform that we know of. I'm really afraid to tell that on Twitch. I don't know if it's, you know, nowadays everything is kinda forbidden, so let's just avoid that. But you know, that platform where people do that, you know? That wink wink, nudge nudge. Won't someone think of the children? Yes, family friendly. Only people. That's a pretty good one. Yes, indeed. I might use that in the future, you know? Anyway, let's just stick to the motto of our studio, you know? Focus on the game, and let's try at least start the game. Only air conditioning. Man, I don't have aircon on my place and it's very hot today. I'm even afraid to turn on the fan because, you know, interfering with our microphone and bad noises, you know? But anyway, with my excruciating pain with hot temperature and sunburns and, you know, everything else, let's just try to do our work for today, shall we? So, I will need to create a new area. We are not done with the enemies, by the way. There is a lot of enemies that needs to be set up and it's going to be in the future. But you know, to not be the same thing, same every week, you know, being work on different stuff, making, you know, fun. I know it's funny to work on enemies all the time, but, you know, trying to be different, spicing things up, you know? So we are not done with this. Although, why am I work on platforms today? There is a reason. We have created this dude. And this dude, it's kinda platform, you know? So we can ride on top of this dude. So Ian can literally jump on top of the cow and ride the cow. Well, it's not riding the cow, it's, well, being on top of it while the cow goes wherever he wants, you know? Because cow things. And so we have discussed on, you know, UGS meetings that it could be pretty cool having platform as well. Because, you know, our world could be better if there is platforms on levels and puzzles and things, you know? Making our game even better. So, let's just try to accomplish that in this stream. So, we need an area, and yet again I will be messing around with this thing. I know for those who ask, I haven't had the time to properly auto-think this, you know. I mean, I can do this later, because it's your card. But let's just try to do some area for Ian to jump around and, you know, platforming and stuff. You know. This is going to trigger me, so I'm actually going to search for the thing which I'm going to have struggled to find. Wait a second. I know I'm having a struggle because I have drawn on the wrong tile set, so I need to draw on this one. Why there isn't a lock in here? Unity devs, I would really appreciate if you could just add a lock on the tile set, you know? So people that have overlapping tile sets won't have this problem, you know? That would be very cool. Anyway, going back and starting to do the same job again. Let's just create this in here. It can be long, you know, doesn't matter. It is weird that they don't have that locking thing. Well, they have locks in stuff, but nothing here. I mean, we can hide the thing, but I'll like to have a black background, you know? I mean, maybe having a black background like this is not the correct answer. Maybe we could just create, you know, a 2D object like a sprite square, you know, making it gigantic and painting it black. Maybe that's the correct way to do it, you know? You know what? We are on the test space, so why not? So why the hell not? User black. Like my soul. Actually, my soul is not really black. That's for Satan. He is the kind of guy that has a black soul, you know? Although I pretty much like black as well. So, it's my favorite color, actually, black. Followed by blue, that kinda dark blue from the sky, like a dusk bluish, you know. Followed by orange, yellow, you know, I pretty much like colors. Now, backgrounds, there you go. So something like this, some 150, like, you know, 100 for now, and just, you know, placing it somewhere like this. So there you go. And for now we have avoided that stupid problem from drawing on, you know, where we shouldn't. Having just one tile set, and it's basically the same thing. I'm something of a scientist myself. Streamlabs, do you have a favorite quote or mantra that you live by? Ooh, that's a pretty good one. I don't know. Favorite quotes or mantras? I don't know. Maybe Memento Mori, that's a pretty cool one. C'est la vie, there's another one as well. I don't know. Those are kinda cool things, like French and like old Latin and stuff, you know, philosophy, whatever. Well, going back to what I was trying to do. For every bug you see, there's 100 more around you can see. There's a quote. Well, that will not be a favorite one. That will be a very hated one, by the way. Because, you know, I don't like bugs. They are, you know, coarse, rough, irritating, and they get everywhere, those goddamn bugs. Freaking bugs. But yes. That aside, let's just try focus on this. So I need the freaking thing here that connects the top from the bottom. You move a little bit away. So where's the thing that connects the not this one, not this one, not this one either, not this one, this one. There you go, finally. I've found it. So, you there can go in here. You can go in here. There you go. You're staying here. I see your favorite quote is complaining about suns. I mean, I was just reusing the, you know, Anakin meme, because, well, I tried to use that to talk about my sunburns at the start of the stream, you know. But, well, I was going to say that I like to use reference, but, well, it's something that I use from time to time. It's not a constant thing. Again, do you need to worry about which tiles you are using in your test room? Well, I'm a perfectionist. That's kinda not a good thing in a way. But you know, I would like to make this, you know, it's where I'm working, so if it's properly done, it will be a cool thing, you know. And I'm pretty aware of the clipping of my microphone because I have seen red a couple of times. So I'm trying to, maintaining a volume that doesn't do that. So if my volume clips or goes lower, please, tell me in chat. Just so I'm aware of that. It's not too bad, that clipping. I mean, the ideal thing will be no clipping at all, But anyway, let's just keep going. It's, 24 minutes past 6 and I haven't even started. So, we'll need codes. Let's just go to the cow thing. You there. Platform effector. We are going to use this, which is code that I have done before. Pretty cool, Because past Kaado, he does stuff, From time to time, he actually does things useful and not just leave us with bugs to fix. Even though fixing bugs is future Kaado, you can always deal with that, Because present Kaado only likes to work on fun stuff, like creating new enemies and creating platforms, and not actually fixing bugs, But anyway, let's just open this, and before we start, we will need something useful. So, we are going to work on platforms. So we are going to need a platform. We'll need to find something in here. So we have button, explosions, explosion, mine, projectile, UFO. So there's nothing in here. Background empty, character, decal, style sets, UI. Well. I was expecting, yes, there is not a platform, because it was something new, so of course the artists haven't have time to work it, It was something that we have discussed very recently. But programmers, they tend to do things in boxes. So that's actually something that I'm going to do. Oh yeah, I didn't upload the sprite for... Don't worry. This is... Well, it's actually my fault, because I've decided to make platforms this stream without actually confirming that we had platforms to work with, So it's kinda my fault, so sorry about that. But anyway, I can, do the right thing and pretend we have a platform made and just use the door prefab to do it, Because why not? And let's just rename this to platform. There you go. There's our platform in here. Sorry, use the door for now, why not? Or a box. Well, I have used the door, there you go. Great minds think alike. I'm using the door. Now, the pivot of this door is not centered. And I hate it. So... It's a pretty crude way of fixing it, which is, doing that. Hey, you were supposed to do that? Why are you doing that? Alright. Then the pivot unity, it's kinda annoying to work with. I don't like it. I really don't. But I guess I will have to deal with it, I think. I really hate this. So let's just pretend you are not seeing what I'm doing right now. Just close your eyes. You are not seeing anything of what I'm doing. Right? You have not seen this. You are only seeing this. There you go. Because, well, I want the pivot to be the center of the image stuff, you know, and, well, some things. I like to have the pivot on the center of the object, basically. Unless it's characters. If it's characters, I like the pivot to be on the bottom. And I'm probably a noob because I could set up the pivot in here, you know? A custom pivot. Why there is a custom pivot in this image? And I know if I mess around with the door texture and the pivot in here, I'm going to mess around with this. Doors. All these doors will be messed up. So I'm not gonna touch it. I'm going to do... well, ignore it. Feature CAD. You know, Feature CAD can deal with that. For now, this is what we want. And it's, you know, proper. Giving me vibes of the penguins in Madagascar. You didn't see anything. Yes, indeed, you didn't see anything. Now, let's make this sprite longer. Maybe like that. I know there is also things that we can do with the sprite, you know. You can set up the sprite to actually, you know, when you make bigger on the sides to maintain, you know, the borders at the same size, but this is not the platform that we are going to use, so you know. It's kind of a pre-asset. It's just an asset that we are going to replace anyway, so it doesn't matter. What matters now is what we are going to do with this platform. And so I'm just going to open my notes because, you know, I have notes about this. I have done platforms before, and if I use my notes about that, that's kinda going to make my job pretty easy to do. So let's just do that. Where is that thing? So there it is, and I would love to open this in PDF. Yes. Yes, indeed. Now, let's try to maintain the chat open so I can see it, because I open my PDFs on Chrome. I'm like that. And yes, I still use Chrome, even though I'm really thinking of not doing that because Google is starting to go evil, you know, trying to DRM the internet. It's not a good thing, but that's questions and talks for another time. Like the Twitter, now it's an X. That's also questions for another time. Anyway. Can't trust anything online. Yes, indeed. That's actually a very old meme. So, on the internet, I was about to make... well, anyway, I don't care. On the internet, boys are boys, girls are boys, and children are FBI agents trying to catch, you know, bad people. That's kind of an old meme, and an outdated one, but there you go. Whatever. Now, platforms. I have just iterated for those who were question what was why doing, you know. I have forgotten that one. Yes, indeed. Well, it's obvious it's not done anymore because inclusivity, you know, but yeah. You can't trust those goddamn children on the internet. All of them are FBI agents, you know. All of them. Let's get that platform moving. So, I have my notes opened. Now I have just find the part where I do the platform. There we go. So first off, I need a box collider in here. So box collider, 2D, and let's just do the size similar to what it's in here. There we go. I don't know if I should make a box or a freaking capsule. Maybe a capsule will be ideal, because you know, if the player is on the corner, he will kind of fall and it will be more realistic. For now, let's just give it a box, you know? Just make things simpler. Now, we'll need to make it used by a factor, and there's a reason that I'm checking this out. So for those of you who don't know, let's just change for this. Ta-da! Learning with Kaado segment! So what am I doing? So to make a platform, this platform, well, to be something of a platform, it needs a collision, otherwise the player will just go through the platform. So we need a collider. Now there's another thing. In games, platforms are something that the player can jump into, you know? Let's just disable the effector by now and just try to do the thing, you know? Jump to the platform. So, we can jump on top of the platform. I can no longer jump on the platform because it's not set as ground yet, but anyway, you can jump to the top of this platform. But on games, there's some things that you can jump. If you are below, you can jump on top of it. So, instead of just whacking its head below the thing, the platform, you know, it will be cool to jump through the platform, and then when the player is on top of it, just landing on it, you know? Not whacking its head against it, but actually be able to jump on the platform if you are below, you know? Yeah, I wanted that on these platforms. There you go! So you are not only have that, but you are actually going to learn how to do that. So the way we do that, it's basically checking used by effector. So we are going to apply an effector to this platform. And another cool thing is there is some effectors that we can apply to the collision to do that behavior. And that behavior, Unity has basically that called as platform effectors, in this case 2D. I have named our code platform effector because that's another thing. Well, it doesn't matter. It's platform effector 2D. It's the thing that, you know, if I add to the platform, you see? There's no more whacking our heads in the platform. We can now jump through it, you know, there's the platform, and there we go. Cool, right? Yay! There we go. No more whacking on these platforms. Now there's... God damn it, not applying things on play. There we go. But anyway, there's also degrees that we can set up, where the effector is applied and whatnot, but For now I'm going to leave this as is, because it's working. Also, there's the collider mask, which we can apply to whatever the effector, detects the collision with. In this case, doesn't matter, player, enemy, it will do the same thing for everyone. Now, we have this platform, it's colliding and whatnot, but there's another thing that needs it. So you can just transition away from Learn with Kaado and go again to the minimal overlay, because we don't need to pay attention to the inspector anymore. We are now going to do stuff. So let me just check this thing, which is basically, well, making the platform move. Now, to make the platform move, there is a lot of things that I want to do. Let me just, check stuff. So, I have code and I will need to analyze it, because there's stuff in here that I may use. So, there is a ton of buttons, goddammit feature Kaado for not cleaning the project yet. Well, we have buttons in here, so I can easily go there. So we have a switch, there's the switch, sprite on, sprite off, it's an interactable, which is something that we may use. Do I have an activatable as well? I probably have. So, Unity and another gripe that I have with Unity is that if I click on the script area and if I click on a word, it should go to the script that I try to click on, not, the things in here. But anyway, I have an I activable, an I interactable that we are going to use. And I just need to open it just to make sure, we are going to do things properly. So, let's just make sure patrol point, pause, platform effector. Now, we have a platform effector. Let's just open it just to make sure the switch can be in there. So that's platform effector, which, platform things. What we want now, it's platform itself. So let's just create the script for our platform. There we go. I mean, if you open Visual Studio, it would be nice if you actually open a new script, Another tip for Unity devs. Maybe it's already implemented, it's just a feature turn off, or maybe it's not, but it's something that really annoys me. This annoys me either, but that's actually my computer, so my poor laptop, So, platform thing. So now our platform, it's an I activatable. You may wonder why. Well, this platform is going to have movement, and I want the movement to be activatable by stuff, That would be cool to create puzzles that, activate a platform that makes the player be able to reach other parts of the level that's not possible without activating the thing, and by doing this, moving platforms, that's what matters. Now, for this to not, annoying us, we'll need to basically create the function so it stops annoying us, you know? Private please and private please. There we go. Now, to make our platform move, hey, sir. Can you know, stop doing this? I activable. Oh. That's an interface, not a class to extend by, so behavior. So I have written bad English and is still pissing the B word, because it's, you know, classes are case sensitive. There you go. Now you should stop. Right? Right? Can you know, stop doing this, please? Can you not? Will I need to do this? Curse you. You know? And you are still mad. Platform doesn't implemented an interface activable.active and deactive. Platform active, deactive can't be implemented. A member of the interface, it's not public. What the hell? Public interface activable, void active, deactive. This be public? Is that the thing? Yeah. So I forgot about interfaces. Great, my memory is failing. God damn it. It's basically show that I'm rusty in this. But anyway, after some time I may start to remember how to do things properly. But doesn't matter. What matters is that I actually need to, you know, make this move. And so, what do I need to make this move? Your brain engine needs to warm up. Yes, indeed. Maybe it's because there's too hot today, so I'm kinda, you know, let's just say. The microphone is picking up the freaking fan. There's a way to not do this, you know? It's going to be annoying from the stream, so I don't hear the fan, but you might hear the humming, because if I don't speak I can see the microphone, you know, showing stuff in there. And if I turn off the fan, the microphone is muted. Well, to try to give some quality to the stream, you know, you chat can enjoy my suffering. At least I'm going to hydrate. There you go. The positive side, well, our panda annoying eggplant hasn't made noises yet, so that's actually a positive point to the stream. You know, as long as he stays quiet, I'm seeing you. Yes, indeed, I'm seeing you, creature. Stay still. I think I can hear because of my PC fans. Well, yes, I'm actually surprised that the fans from my, you know, laptop isn't picked up by the mic. Because, you know, They are screaming. They are actually screaming right now. And that's a reason that it's really hot in my room. But anyway, need to focus on actually the code. So, let's do stuff. I'm going to serialize field because I want to, program this on the inspector. I'm going to do this thing, so on the inspector I can set up the minimum volume in here, and because this is minimum value floats, this object needs to be a float. And movement speed, let's just do like 3 speed. Yeah, let's just give it a smooth as well. So serialize field, minimum floats of, let's just make it 0 to float. Private float and smooth equals to 3 Fs or 2 Fs, it's minimum, doesn't matter. Now we'll need other stuff like the vector. A vector 3, by the way, it's a 3, 2, 3, doesn't matter. Current, velocity, the current velocity. And now, to make the smooth thing, math and stuff, we'll need also the center of our object. So center point, the center point. Also we'll need movement points. Yes, indeed. Private. That can actually be vector, because whatever. I could make it transform position, but vector is fine. Vector position is actually a vector 3, so it doesn't matter. Movement, waypoints, because that's actually what it is. It's waypoints. Although we'll need to specify them. Waypoints. Serialize field. So there you go, waypoints. I don't know if that's going to annoy me. Maybe they are going to annoy me. Well, I'm just going to follow my notes, Doesn't matter. But it's done, so. Waypoints, you need 2 points, so equals to new vector 3, and it's going to be 2 points. Now we need a target. We might guess what the target is. Vector 3, target. So basically the target will be the point that the platform is going to move. So it's kinda going to flick in between. The index, I have forgot for what it is, but let's just create it because why not? Equals 0. Now, we also going to need a quarantine, and there's a reason for that, you know. Smooth and stop and go to the new point, smooth and stop, and you know. That's something that I want to implement as well. So let's just create that. Private routine. Timer movement thing. Calling it thing will be not proper, so you know. This. It will be null because I'm going to create the enumerator now. It can be after the activate and the activate thing. So let's just create the quarantine. So private enumerator. This one. Move platform. There we go. Why am I doing this? I'm not in C++, I'm in C#. Don't forget. C#. Now, we can do something simple in here. The move platform, yeah, while through, let's just make it move in infinite, because why not? And we'll move what? Our transform position. We'll move in a smooth way. And to move smoothly, we can use the function smoothDump on a vector tree. And let's just indicate what the smoothDump wants. So he needs the current position, so vector tree current. And our current will be, of course, our transform position. Next, where we are going. So the target will be target. That's where we are going. Now, the velocity, right? Smooth time. Okay, that's not a velocity, that's the smooth we want to apply in there. We can do the current velocity. So reference to the current. So current velocity. And now we need the smooth time. So smooth. Smooth. There you go. This thing in here. Why reference? Well, because it's a reference of this thing and we are going to change this in real time, which is, you know, wait, current velocity shouldn't it? Yes, indeed. Imagine being able to do English. Yes, indeed. I hated language for a reason, with the exception if they are coding. Because, you know, the perfect language is programming language. Why? Because you are actually writing the rules of a world, you know? That's why I love programming. And that's why I hate speaking language, because we are speaking, but what we are saying is can or cannot be true, or, you know, God complex. Maybe that's the thing, yes. Maybe that's why I actually like to make video games, you know? Because I want to be God. God. Cue the, you know, Illuminati thing, you know, chat sound you have in there. Hehehe, you know, thing. Anyway, let's just stop being weird and actually work. There you go. Thank you, Kaado. Always on point. Now, welcome sound alerts. Of course, Pandu stupid eggplant has to do something. The sound alerts is not someone new in the chat. It's not actually someone, it's a bot. Why do you have to welcome bots? God damn you. Anyway. Movement of our platform. So if our transform dot position it's actually equals to target, you know, if our platform reaches its target position, you know, we'll do something different. We'll change the index be equals to index, the increment of index percent of 2. Now, what is this? Basically, index is an integer. It's an integer. And if we divide an integer, it's not going to be a perfect division. So basically, if the index is 1 and we divide it by 2, what's going to happen? It's going to give it not 5, it is not going to be 0.5, it's going to be 1 or 0, I forgot that. But it's going to be, I believe it's going to be 0. Even though it's 0.5, it rounds to 1, but it's going to be 0. So if we do the percentage of 2, which is the rest, it's going to do the proper thing, basically. So it's going to give it the rounded number. So basically, if we divide 1, which is 0.5, instead of giving us the 0, even though we 0.5 rounded, it's actually 1, it's going to give us 1. I don't know, I forgot this, but I think it's that. But anyway, I start blasting more code. So, if we arrive at that position, so our target will actually be the new target. So, movement, which is our waypoints, will be index. And so, this is going to be always 0 or 1. Because you know, if it's 0, you increment to 1. And if you divide 1 by 2, you'll get the 1 and you'll get 1, which is basically, you know, the rest of 1, which is, you know, 1. But if you increment 1 and you get that. So, I'm very confusing. So let's just organize my brain and actually explain properly. So, let's just open Paint. So, in code, you have divisions and the percentage. The division is basically the number that we divide for, but if you are dividing integers, not floats, if you divide integers, basically, let's just say you want to divide 1 by 2. Floats will basically give you, if it was a float, it will be 0.5, so not 5. But if this is integers, it's not going to give you 5. It's going to give you, you know, 0. But you may wonder, the rest, if you do 1 divided by 2, it's not 5, and if it's not 0.5, it should round to 1, because it's an integer, right? Wrong! Because, you know, stupid thing, divisions in code by integers, it's actually going to give, well, it's going to pick this byte plus this byte, you know, the division, and actually going to ignore this. It's going to ignore this crap in here. So if you do this in ints, it's basically going to give 0. And that's wrong maths. That's not correct. So there is another way that we can use this, which is with the percentage sign. But the percentage sign in programming is actually going to give you something different. What basically it's going to do? It's going to give you the rest value rounded to an integer. So if you do 1 divided by 2, the rest, so it's going to basically give you the rest of this value divided by this number. So it's going to basically give the rounded number of this in here, you know? And so if, let's just say this 0.5, so it's going to round this 5, it's going to round to 1, and so if you do this in code, you know, if you do this in code, it gives you 0 if you are doing divisions by integer, and if you do this in code, it's going to give you 1. Why is this useful? Well, if you do a division by 0, it's going to be 0. So it's not going to be proper. But if you do this in here, so index equals to plus plus index the rest of 2, it's basically going to, you know, it's going to be 0 percentage of 2, whatever, but this, it's index is 0, and it's going to plus plus, so it's going to be 1. 1 percentage of 2, it's going to be 1. So index is 1. Now, plus plus of 1 is 2. So 2, you know, 2 divided by 2, the result is 1. But if 2 rest of the division of 2, you know, it's going to try to get this dot 0. This is the rest of the division, and the rest of the division, it's basically 0. So what's it going to do? It's going to flick between 1 and 0. My guy, I feel a lot of strong emotions from you towards integers. Yes, and actually no. It's kinda love-hate situation. Because integers is a lot of headache, especially when I was starting to learn code. I haven't learned code on Python or an easy language. No, I have learned coding in freaking C. Not C#, not C++, C. Which, you know, it's kinda, if you learn in C, it can be easier in some sense or not. But anyway, if you are going to learn programming, it's actually useful to learn C#, C++, Java, variants of C language, that because it's commonplace. But it's actually easier to, you know, learn programming in easier language models, you know, like Python, for example. Even though I have never learned Python in my life, and I'm actually use a variant, not a variant, it's language inspired in Python when I, you know, work on Exauria or other game that we have here at UGS, which is in GDScript, which is the programming language of the game engine Kaado. So there you go. Hydrate, my friends. Never forget to hydrate. Thank you, John, Pixel John. But yes, I have learned to program in C, and I was actually bad, if you can believe it. It was not my greatest score in that degree, the first degree that I have, because actually the best score that I have was on creating systems. So basically I created servers, and those servers have service like file hosting and email and video playback forums and stuff. That was my best score. And my second best score was actually in security, cyber security, and you know, so on and so forth. There was a lot of stuff, configuring routers and stuff, you know, IT networking stuff. And there was actually programming in that degree, and that was not my best thing. That's why when I got to game development, I wasn't sure if I actually wanted to be on the programming side of gaming development or the art side of gaming development. But I really quick, you know, when I started to have the art classes, well, you can see my art, you know. Everyone can see that it's not my strongest, you know. So I pivoted to, you know, code. And that's actually way better than art, in my opinion, because, you know, art, you make a beautiful world. You know, you make, well, the aspect of it. You kind of, well, this looks this way and this looks this way, and you know, that's kind of an aspect of it, but coding, you actually create the rules of it, you know. The creature can be beautiful, but if it doesn't have brains, it's just a stupid creature. In here you can create the brains of that creature. You can create impossible boss to beat. You can create very sophisticated creatures and physics of that world and cool stuff, you know. That's why I love code. Part of it, you know. But anyway, demigod complex aside, we actually need to finish this stuff. So basically, I hope my, you know, segment of Learn with Kaado has explained the difference between the percentage and the division, you know. That's pretty cool, because this is basically, well, I could actually use, I don't know if C# actually understands booleans as zeros and ones, like C++ does. I pretty much believe if I use the boolean in here, it will crap off a freaking error. Well, it can actually do that. Let's see. Of course. So that's why I'm using index instead of a simple boolean. But there you go. This is basically a switch between 0 and 1, and it's always going to result a 0. So if this is 0, it's going to be a 1. If this is a 1, it's going to be a 0, because the rest of division between 2 and 2 is 0, the rest of division between 1 and 2 and is half 0.5, which is actually 1, because it's rest rounded to an integer. So there you go. With the target, basically, we are going to have 2 points, and it's going around between those 2 points. Now, we could make this even better by increasing the index and making this basically, if you want 3 points, dot points, 5 points, we call, you know, change this and making it just index equals to index plus plus, and then if index is, well, equals to the size of the waypoint size, well, it will be 0, and then, you know, have multiple points of the platform. But for now, I believe just 2 points is fine. It depends on the future thing, if, you know, level design needs this or not. You can, and you can, let me see. You are a very secure boy, oh I agree, and you can explore that world in a free way, and enemy designs are nothing next to enemy behavior. Yes indeed. You look at Mr. X in Resident Evil 2, the guy looked silly, but his AI made him scary. Yes. So, it's like clowns, you know? Their design is silly, but depending on their behavior, they can be lovely creatures making children happy, and they can be this murderous creature that scares everyone, you know? It always depends on the behavior. But anyway, where was I? So yes, I was in here. Now, I will need the yields return no, just to make this enumerator not crapping itself with errors. Now, more things. On the iActivate I need an if. Now I need the quarantine. Right. I need this, and I need to check if this equals to null. I want the quarantine, so timer movements will be to start the quarantine that we have just created with this enumerator. So movements platform. There we go. There is another problem in here, which is the start thing. Why there is stuff in here? Let me see. Oh, I understand now. I understand what I have done, and I don't like it. Because I was following my documentation, I have created stuff that I don't want. Yes, I do not want this. So what I actually want is to delete this. I don't want that. I want something else. I'm actually going to use this. So the waypoints, I'm going to try to serialize them. Serialize. Yes. I want to specify these waypoints as waypoints that I'm going to place in there. So, depending on who you ask, all clowns look creepy. But that's psychology, yes? Well, that's actually horror movies that have, you know, made clowns a very bad reputation, you know? Because before those horror movies that portrayed children-friendly things into actually creepy murder stuff, you know, clowns used to be a staple of making children smile and have fun, you know? It's kinda, you know, this person, typically a male one, which will make silly things like a jester, you know? It's actually that. The clown is an evolution of the medieval jester. That dude making silly stuff, making people smile and laugh at him, you know? But well, it was made creepy and now no one wants clowns anymore. Which, well, in my opinion, I actually don't care. I believe children can have, you know, as fun as they want. And I believe the clown evolution now it's those animator people, you know? I don't know the English word, but like usually a man and a girl, because now, you know, you need to have both. Or not, it can be a furry for what I know, whatever the gender it is, you know? But it usually is in pairs, and usually tends to be different genders together, and it usually tends to be doing silly stuff to make children happy, you know? Usually in events from marriage to other events that tend to have little children and to make them, you know, entertained, instead of, you know, making our lives terrible because they are not stop crying and stuff. Or like child show entertainers or hosts. There you go, hosts. There you go. That's correct word, hosts. But like not the hosts from TV hosts, you know, like hosts from party entertainers, you know, show entertainers, party entertainers. That kind of shop, you know. You know, that will be a very hateful job. Because I'm not really good with children and not really good with parties either, so yeah. Party people, whoop whoop, yeah. I'm not a very party people no more. I'm kinda like that dude with the glass in the corner thinking they don't know that I'm a game developer and I create worlds, you know? While all other people are like partying around and having fun. Just like dude in the corner appreciating the thing, you know? Oh, I thought you were super into kids and parties. Well, if the kids are family, I'm fine. If the kids I'm not family, you know, I kinda avoid that. You know, they are not part of my family, so that's just... You may or may not be weird, so stay away, you know? You got some kind of supervillain syndrome. Actually, that could be correct. I'm just missing that white cat in my lap, you know? You know? I'm just missing that. Well, let's just try to end this forsaken platform that's, well, not on brand because I'm not focusing on the game. I'm actually talking about my personality and things and stuff. Let's just focus on the game, you know? You can borrow Nikita. Well, thank you. It's not a cat, but it's a pretty cool creature. I must say that. And for those who not know who we are referring to, well, you can always follow us in here because every Wednesday and Friday, depending on the week, it may be Roxy streaming, it can be Pixel and John streaming, but usually there is an invader, you know, there is an invader, a creature that is going to invade the stream. It usually tends to be a four-legged creature, pretty cool creature, and it tends to visit the stream from time to time, you know? And if you want to know that creature, you can always follow us to see it, you know? So send some love for Nikita, and we may see it in the future. Now, where were I? Yes. In here, so we need private void start, because we need to set up the start for this thing. So the center movement, center point, come on, the center point will be equal to the transform dot position. This is basically to make math stuff easier. Now, the waypoint is going to be set up with different things. The first target point will be equals to the first waypoint, so waypoint 0, and activate. There you go. Nikita is a vaguely identified invader creature. Yes, indeed. Now focus on game. Posture check. Yes, thank you. And also hydration. Man. Being a hot temperature and also have sunburns, you know, which makes it even harder to maintain my hydration. These hydration checks is being godlike, you know. It's really good water, you know, because I'm actually drinking water, being an healthy boy. Now, what do we need? There's that, more things, so what do I need? Smooth player in platform. Oh yes, I need something in here. But that I can do with platform effector, I believe. Let me just confirm. Platform effector has the player thing, so player parent, enemy parent, yes indeed. There's the enemy parent equals to the transform dot parent. And transform set parent, transform parent parent. Let me see. Fixed update. Transform position equals to enemy parent position, and transform rotation equals to enemy parent rotation. Private void on trigger enter, player thing. Yeah. So basically, god damn it. Oh, we know you go to the beach like a cool person. Well, I'm kind of a person that hates beach. I actually got sunburned for going to the beach, but it was a family event, you know. They were like, we are on vacation and we are not like you that works at home, you know. And they are kind of like, you are at home, you are going to the beach with us. And so I did, because, you know, I kind of respect my family and, you know, even though I'm somewhat introvert slash, well, I'm not really introvert because I don't have problems speaking in public. I'm kinda like, you know, I don't like places where there's a lot of people, and I don't like places that is very hot with very cold water and that will burn my skin to death, and you know. Well, I have made a sacrifice with my family, you know? Yeah, like Fast and Furious, family. Yes, indeed. So they were on vacation, you know. They have that work break, and you know, to be with them at least one time, I got to the beach with them. Even though it's hell for me, because I don't like the sun, I'm like a vampire, you know, to make reference to the previous stream that, you know, our Satan has done. And if you actually want to know about that, yes, there was a playthrough of Castlevania from Satan on our previous stream, which is actually going to be available on our YouTube channel. So let's just make a quick plug to it. UGS.pt. We have a YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/ and I forgot. Yes, we don't have this yet set up. Well, I'm going to ask Roxy to shut up. To check if it's possible to make youtube.com/UGS or something. I don't know if it's possible yet or not, because I don't know if you have the number of subscribers required or not, but if you want to help us do that, please give us a sub. And if you are interested, you know, there you go. We have actually pretty extensive play of our Satan. We have done the two previous streams, you know, the Wednesdays Let's Plays, which was actually a deep dive of Castlevania, and it was pretty fun, so there you go. Another plague, yeah. We ain't got the subs for that well. Yes, that, well, I expected that sadly. One day, we can always hope. So where was I? Yes, the cow. We are going to the cow, and I'm going to copy this effector. And there we go, effector inside there. Now this effector has the touch thing, touchy, and there's no touchy for you, because the platform is not going to damage the player. But there's this in here, this is important. This is the thing that we need to, well, let's just make this 0, 0, 0. This is the effector that's going to detect our character, and that's going to make the character glued to the platform. And so let's just make it longer. Something like that. The offsets 0, something like this. Yeah, I believe this is the thing. There we go. Now just make sure, so enemy parent, transform set parent, blah blah blah, and following the enemy parent, which is basically the platform position, that's going to have its own movement, which is in here. Yeah, using old codes, always great. That's like the 3 R's. Reuse, recycle, what was the third one? Reuse, recycle, what was the third R? Recode, reduce, there you go, thank you very much. Reduce, reuse, recycle, thank you, in that order. Thank you very much. Well, my childhood things to learn in science class or whatever it was the class that I have learned that, well, reduce, reuse, recycle, thank you very much. Well, in my case is recode, so let's just use the same code. Yeah, hell, ecological things, yeah, those things. They are important though, they are very important, but you know, stuff. Oh, my beautiful art thingy was still open, then let's just close it. No need for that. Where was I? So, what is this? So, there's that, there's this, and let's make activable for the Switch. Not now. Not now. What I want to do. Where's my platform? There you go. This platform, there's where is the code? It's not yet. So let's just pick our platform. There you go. Now there's waypoints. We have the first waypoint and the second waypoint, and because I actually need the freaking position, I will need to get the different things. So this cannot be vector anymore. So what I need is turn this into transform. Now, because this is a transform now, this is going to give us problems. We can just simply position. And there we go. Right? Oh, right. This. Because there's multiple transforms. Yay! No errors! Actually there is an error. God damn it! What do you want? You want the dot position. Now it's fixed. Thank you. There you go. Now we have a first waypoint, second waypoint, which is a pretty cool thing that we are using not only on the patrol thing to tell our enemies to go to certain places, It's actually the same thing that we can use for our platforms and set up the movements in them. So I pick up a waypoint and another waypoint. There you go. So I'm going to, let's just pick up this first one and, you know, make it in here. The second one can be the same. Let's just make it, you know, something right here. Duplicate it right here and let's place the platform somewhat in the center of this thing. Now, what we can do? Let's just edit this level so it can, you know, accommodate this thing. So, let's just do something like this. And this is roughly on center, right? Which means the platform is going to be something like in here, so yeah, there we go. Obviously, our character can jump on walls, and there is a trick that we can use to just go up this wall without using the platform, but we want to use the platform anyway. So, I'm going to select the platform, I'm going to indicate the first waypoint to be the ground one and the second this one. There you go. And then we can pick up these waypoints and just drag inside our waypoint thing. Because why not? Whatever. Let's just see what happens. Are we going to see movement? Oh. What the hell is going on? What the hell is going on in here? I'm not understanding this. Well, the platform thing, it's gone. It's just gone. Platform effector. There's one. Great. And this, let me just select this one. Right. That is weird though, it could be a feature. Nah, this could never be a feature. What the hell is this? What do you mean for a feature? Look at this thing, I jump up, platform goes down. The platform is basically doing a mirror of my movement. What the hell is going on? Why are... And when I select the platform, it just gone. It's gone. It's gone. Where are you? Oh. You are in here. Are you actually in here? No. What is this? Though it could be a feature, I don't know man, it could be good to flick out a player. Well, having cool ideas with this, you know, mirroring stuff. As tempted as I want to create new features, I really want this game to be out soon TM. Like that meme that we have made on the previous stream. So Yeah, maybe Droian 2, you know? Maybe for the second iteration of Droian. Maybe it could be a boss that mirrors the movement of our character, you know? Maybe in the next game. Not now. Well, let's just disable this platform thing. For now. And let's see what happens. So it moved from here to here. Okay. So the movement kinda worked. Although there's a problem. This is a loop. It should be looping. This is not looping. Why are you not looping? Let me see. Okay, let's just do some rework on our platform. So, do I want this? Maybe, whatever. Current velocity. Well, let me see what I can do in here. You know what? You freaking bridge. Let's just do something even better. You were pissing me off, so goodbye. Let's just do the proper thing and private transform and create our 2 points. So we have the waypoints. What are you doing, my friend? Waypoints. There we go. Now we'll have let's just make another field. Serialized fields, private duration equals to 5 float, for example. Hey, I didn't ask for duration unit, and this is a float. So duration, another serialized field, and another private float, but this time I want to pause movement, so it will pause when it reaches one of the waypoints. There we go. This is to just have a timer. Let's just not use that stupid. Yeah, let's not use quarantines anymore. and to not use coroutines anymore, so private float start time. Now let's just make a bool, private bool can change, and yeah, true. You can go back and forth, more serialized fields, private bool can move. True, it will also be true. This can move, it's basically for the activable, so we can switch with a switch, you know, because we have a switch somewhere in here. There you go, switch, to activate the platform and to make it move. You know? Puzzles. Pretty cool puzzles. Private. Now, this one as well. Oh, the start and end position. Do we want that? Because I actually have the waypoint, so do we want the start and end position as well? No. No, we don't. What we need is the private transform player transform equals to now. This is basically to avoid using platform effector for now. Then I will just brainstorm an idea to combine those two together to use the same thing on the cow and the platform. But for now, disable this. More stuff. Oh, we need the activate and deactivate for this bullshit in here. So public void activate and do the same thing to public void deactivate. It's this. How was this? So deactivate. Deactivate, and there you go. Now, because we have just, you know, can move true or false, we can just, you know, to activate this, can move could just simply be true, and can move can just be false for the deactivation. Now we can just call this on the button, you know, to activate it and deactivate it. Also, when we activate this, it's actually a good idea to just, you know, reset our timer. So the start time could be equals to time dot time. There you go. Now we need to start our thing, right? So private void start. In our start, we'll need to start our timer. So start time equals to time dot time. And yeah, for now I think it's what we need. More things. Let me see the swap points. Now let me see stuff. Alright. We need the update. So private void update. In the update we are going to basically check, can I move? If can I move, then it will apply some movement. Now the move, to apply the movement, let's just make it let me think. What do we do in here? Let's just create movements in here. So float, create a new float, look for the time, t equals to the actual time minus the start time, to see how much time has passed, divided by, let me see, duration, to see how much time has passed throughout the duration of the movement. Then we can indicate our movement, which is the transform.position, and in transform.position will be equals to a new vector 3, because the transform position is a vector 3. But we'll need to do stuff. This stuff will basically be, we need to make the smooth movement between the start and the end. And the smooth position could be used with our float t. So, to make a smooth movement, we have the vector 3 smooth dump, but we can actually use another thing, which is the math f, which is basically a math equation. The math equation that we want is the smooth step, this one, and what we actually want, we want the from, which is basically the first place, the waypoint, can be the first one, dot position, dot x, because we need a thing, and the 2 can be the waypoint 1. Also, there is something that we need with the float 3, which is interpolates between 1, the minimum and maximum, with a smoothing with the time that we have in there, so t. There you go. We have the x value, we need to do exactly the same thing to the y value. So instead of x, it's going to be y. Of course, it's a vector 3, it needs the transform position z. There we go. It's not x, it's z. Now, what more do we need? Let's just do this just to, align it so I know. Let me see. If the t is actually higher or equals to one float, which is the time float between the actual time and minus the start time divided by duration, If it's above the duration and we are, well, there is the can change, can change. Then we can swap the thing. And can change. That's the thing. The can change, let me just can change through. Let me just make sure can change through. So, do I actually need that? I don't think so. I don't think I need the can change. Do I? Or not? Here's the question. Do I need that or do I not? Maybe not. Can change is not something that I need. Or do I? God damn it. If this is Zyger... Alright, I need to focus. So, I will do something similar to what I have done before, which is a private int index, you know, equals to 0, can start in 0. And now I could always make the swappy thing in here, you know, which is plus plus index percentage of 2. And in here, wait a second, so 0, just to make sure I'm not committing a crime, you know. I know this is plus plus and this doesn't have any plus. Plus plus, not plus. There you go. Yes, I'm doing something proper. And index equals to plus plus index is percentage of 2. That switcheroo that we have learned before. But this incrementation will increment this thing in here, and do we want to do that or not? Or this is the rest. Okay, alright. This might work. Let's just hope that is the case. Now, this thing about the... let me see. Let me see if everything is fine. So, let me see if everything is fine. Oh, alright. I will need to do a new function. So private void swap wait point. Well, in this case, well, we could call target, but we are going to call waypoint. You know? Now, in this, I'm going to simply do this in here. And in here, I'm going to invoke name of swap points, swap waypoint, there you go. And then I have the timer in here, which is the pause movement. You know, we have in here the pause movement. Pause movement. Is this what I was expecting, the pause movement? So let me just make sure we have the duration, pause movement. There we go. Exactly. That's the thing. So, I will invoke this in this time. And in here, I want the start time be equals to time dot time. And just to make sure, I think that's correct. Yeah, I think that is the thing. Now, just make things, you know, pretty fast. Do this, but not exactly this. I want to do something different in here, which is, so on trigger enter. On trigger enter we want to detect the player, obviously. And in here I want to save the parent of our player. So let me see if I have player transform. Yes indeed, yes we have. So, player parent, player transform. There you go. Equals to the parent of our player. Maybe not player transform, let's just rename this to parent. There you go. Just so we know. And now we just transform. Exactly. So we just glue the player to our platform. And the opposite, we just, you know, if the player leaves, we just get player parent. There you go. Easy. Will it work though? So platform. You have a waypoint 1, waypoint 2, there's the duration, the pause movement, the can move, and let's see. Will you move? Of course not. God damn you. Oh. You were moving. Just not what I expected. Let me see. Let's just, you know, do this, because maybe that plus plus indentation in the index was pooping our code. Probably. Did we fix the thing? Oh. God damn it! I was... Why are you like that? Look, smooth transition from up to down. But then it just grabs itself all over again. Can I wait a second. Now you are going up. Alright, let's just try something. Are you ready? I feel like something's wrong about the math. I feel too. I genuinely feel too. Well, we can do stuff in here. So can move don't move. Move, don't move. Move, don't move. Move, don't move. Well, this is working. But this is crapping all over the place and I don't know why. But I bet it's something to do about this. Now, maybe we need that swap thing. Maybe we need that. So can swap. And can swap, let me just change so can swap true. Right, now I'm going to here and can swap. So if it's true, does this. Right, it does this and it turns it to false. So it only does once. It only does this once. And then, because it only does this once, it needs to be activated again, which can be activated in here when we call the swap waypoint thingy. So can swap. True. Will we end the stream with this bug? Will we accomplish a new thing and have this working again? Let us see. So it got down. Will you crop up? It goes up. 3 seconds. It goes down. 3 seconds. It goes up. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we got it. I think we got it. I think we got this thing. I mean, I can't jump on the platform, but I can really easily fix that. Let's just just on this. There we go. Come here. And it's done. We can jump on the platform and be happy. And there's another thing. If I suddenly move this to another point, which is the horizontal thing, just to check that, you know, it's moving properly, not leaving me behind. Well, I guess we can't have nice things always. So, to keep in tradition with our streams, with our programming streams, I guess we are going to end up the stream with a freaking bug. They are always somewhere. God damn it. Well, anyway, I will have to go to dinner because it's approaching the time for me to go eat something, and because, you know, I'm pretty hungry, I will need to end things today. So, for those of you who are wondering, is Future Kaado gonna fix this? Is it gonna struggle? Or is it just gonna quit this and delete the platform altogether? Well, I usually publish on Discord when I fix my stuff, the bugs that we have on stream, and if you want to see it, let's just show it, shall we? And let's just pause the music. And just to confirm, is shot with a raid target yet? Just to have an heads up for that. Yay, fantastic. So I can do the plug things and show you stuff. So let's open Edge again because I don't want to dox myself with my Chrome. UGS.pt. And yes, indeed, we have our beautiful website that you can visit, which is ugs.pt. In here, you basically have all the information about the games that we are developing right now. We have 3 games in the pipeline. I warn that Exaurian Redrun is currently on pause. And, Droian is currently the game that we are in development. And by the way, for those who are wondering, that's too much projects. And are you going to start new ones? No. We are going to finish Droian, then we are going to finish Exauria, and then we are going to question if you are going to finish Redrun or do some new projects. But anyway, Droian is our objective. It's going to be finished, it's going to be released someday, soon, TM. But you can see the information about our games in the correct page. I don't think we have a page for Exarian Redrun, but we have a page for Droian. And if you want to see a page for the other games, we also have an itch.io page, which you can see the page for the Droian and the page for the other games, which have available alphas to play. By the way, the Exauria, the alpha, it was made on... It was a prototype, it's not the alpha, it's a prototype made in JavaScript with P5 library. We currently are using Godot, so we have upgraded and programmed from the ground up this project in Godot. It's on pause because it's an RPG, and RPGs are very, very hard-working things to do. It was taking a long time, and we wanted to have, a game released in the meantime. So we have just something in the market while we develop this, so that's how Droian was born. As well as alpha for the Redrun, it was actually developed in Unity as well, so the same engine as Droian. And there you go, our each page. Now, I was talking about our Discord, so all the links are down below in the description, as well on our website, which is in here. So we have the Discord channel, which I usually tend to post if I fix bugs or not, and how I have fixed them. So we can join our community in there. And if you want to say hi, we tend to be on and, try to interact with our community. And there's a way for you to interact with us, apart from the chat on our streams. So you can interact and visit our Discord channels, as well as other platforms if you want to know where we are going to stream next. If Droian is going to be released soon TM, to see if the soon TM becomes a number and an actual date, actual number for the release date. In other platforms, Instagram, this platform TikTok, it may or may not be banned in your country. We don't know. In Portugal it works fine, This bird thing, Twitter, X, whatever Elon Musk want to call this, Facebook for boomers, and I actually use Facebook, so you can call me a boomer even though I'm a millennial. Whatever, I'm old school. I don't really active on socials because, I'm an antisocial boy, But anyway, socials, stuff, I hope you have enjoyed, and I will see you in the next Wednesday. In chat, of course, because we'll have another host. So see you next time. Bye bye. Starting a raid. Starting a raid. There we go.